Okay, perfect. Here.
And I was thinking we're going to be separated forever, unable to join forces on Instagram.
Here we are.
That's awesome. Yeah, yeah, I'm going to set up the stream on Streamic right now. In the meantime, we're going to allow everybody to join and, lay eyes on our beautiful faces and our beautiful energies. So it's going to be interesting. But how have you been,
Yeah,
Isra?
good. Yeah, things have been interesting. Yeah. So if you want, I can just start off with introducing myself, and then as you're setting that up, and then you can introduce yourself as well. Yeah, so my name's Isra. I've been doing cacao ceremonies for a couple of years now, and I just recently decided, I'm like, it would be interesting to combine cacao and some sort of martial arts, some sort of like kickboxing or boxing, because actually something that people don't know, ceremonial grade cacao is a very new thing. So maybe there's a lot of history stuff that I need to talk about, but during the Mayan and Aztec time, cacao was highly revered. And it was revered because of its, not only its nutritional value, but because of what it would bring on the emotional, energetic, and spiritual level. So on the emotional level, it is great for uplifting one's mood. There's a plant compound called anandamide, which is a bliss molecule, and it also contains p-a-phenylethylamine, and this is a love molecule. So it really elevates your state of well-being. And if you combine it with other things like rose tea or saffron, that's a new combination I've been adding to my cacao. Maca powder, maca, M-A-C-A, is a Peruvian root, great for adapting to stressful situations. And that's very much needed nowadays, to have an adaptogen, a plant that helps with adapting to stressful situations. Other than, like, for example, reishi also is a great one, which is a medicinal mushroom. But coming back to its emotional benefits, it's really great. Also, when thinking about how during the Aztec and the Mayan times, they also used it, the warriors used it as a way to increase awareness, alertness, and it was really used for increasing energy. So it contains also something called theobromine, which is also increases energy, consistent energy. So the difference between caffeine and theobromine is that theobromine is not going to give you that sort of high energy and then the crash. Some people may experience that with caffeine, not everyone, but with the theobromine, it doesn't give you that sort of crash. It gives you that consistent energy. So that's why I was like, you know what? It'd be a really cool combo to do cacao and kickboxing, and to also talk about the warrior archetype. So the warrior archetype, someone who's connected to their heart, someone who is disciplined, and really coming back to that. That's not really spoken about these days. And that's a very masculine energy kind of thing, both women and men. We have masculine and feminine energy. So really honing in on that. That's so important. So yeah, I've been holding these events. I've been mostly to do with connecting to the heart, movement as well, essential part, getting out of the head and into the body through movement, and really helping with reflecting on, thank you, responding to that, the
That's my
comment there.
mom. She's
Oh,
the most
really?
supportive person there is right now.
Oh, thank you. Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. Well, welcome. So yeah, that's why I think it's going to be really great to have this combination. And yeah, go ahead. I'll let you lead the way, Yonatan.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, I think this live is going to be great. I'll be able to repost it everywhere and tag you after. It's going to be great. And what you've been just saying, this is mind blowing. Everything that has to do with the cacao, only one nut can literally give so much power and energy to one individual, even multiple individuals, depending on how many are coming. But I am curious about one thing is throughout your experience doing these workshops and helping people by using this very, very important element, which is cacao. Why should people attend this event specifically? Like, what is this exactly that they will be able to accomplish or gain or just, absorb as a result of attending this ceremony?
Yeah, I would say it's first of all, it's very unique. I don't think you can find such an event out there with a combination of someone talking about this drink. And mind you, ceremonial grade cacao is not regular cacao powder. It has cacao butter. That's where the beneficial plant compounds are. And then having a practice of intentionally drinking something is really powerful, where you're just being present, slowing down. That's so needed nowadays. People don't have a practice of slowing down and being present with their body. And so they're not embodied, they're not in their body. And that's actually tiring, mentally tiring, because then there's a lot of energy up here. So we're going to have a practice where we're coming into the body. And that's why it's going to be a really great practice. And then we're moving into understanding the warrior archetype, just a small talk about that, some words of wisdom, and then we're going to let you lead the event. And that's why it's going to be such a unique event. People will gain a sense of connectedness to themselves. They will also have an opportunity to learn something new, maybe, whether it be the cacao or even kickboxing. I've never taken a kickboxing class, so I'll be learning something new. And I think you've never also done a cacao ceremony with me, so we're all learning, and so that's why it's going to be a great opportunity for whoever comes, and it's going to be great for community. So if people are looking to socialize, connect to one another, I think it's really nice to come together and experience something new.
That is amazing. And I have to attest that last time when I actually experienced you performing this ceremony, maybe a bit on a smaller scale because you were a bit limited on time, but definitely one thing about cacao and meditation overall, it reminds me of the story I actually told it last year when we were on this public speaking event, where I brought up my amateur debut, where my coach told me one day before the fight to not train, just to sit down in a quiet room, turn the lights off, set a timer, and meditate and visualize me actually winning. And that is actually something interesting, a component which allowed me to tap into the spiritual calm warrior right before the
Mm.
storm hit, which is the fight itself. And what's interesting and what actually allowed me to win that fight is that I actually encountered big time self doubt, like, hey, is it worth it? Like, literally, there's so many people, it's so stressful,
Mhm.
so many things were going through my mind. And then I was like, literally start to go back to this mental reframing and mental groundedness of imagine I'm going to be in my deathbed, and by me not doing and acting on that specific event, which is the fight, I'm going to regret this forever, for the rest of my life. So by being able to get back to this grounded self, I was able to remind myself of why I was doing it, what it was, what was I going to accomplish by doing it. And just because the day before I was able to visualize and meditate and calm myself into mental clarity, that allowed me to remind myself of the end goal, which is victory, success, long term happiness, because I actually acted on that challenge. And so that's going to be interesting because on April 18th at 2 p.m., when everybody's going to be gathering for this cacao ceremony and then followed up by a kickboxing class, it is going to be definitely a very interesting experience and new for me because although I tried meditation in the past, still do to assist myself through hardships, through challenges, as being a man and having the imperative of succeeding in life and helping others. Adding the element of cacao to it and meditation moments before hitting something, maybe someone, depends who's up for the challenge. This is going to be quite of an interesting experience. And now, obviously, for a man, you can already understand and visualize how it's going to affect you, and you're going to look forward to experiencing that. But as for a woman, since I'm talking here with Isra, who's very, very capable of tapping into their feminine energy. What do you feel like a woman, by attending this type of event, will be able to discover about herself? Specifically, starting with the meditation, followed up with cacao, and then getting to the physical aspect of it, which is kickboxing.
Yeah, I would say for both men and women, but specifically for women, I would say it would be an opportunity for releasing anger. So tapping into that anger and just, anything that's pent up, it's like giving herself or even the guy himself an opportunity, like just giving themselves permission to just release the anger. I think that's going to be really great to do it in this context because you can release a lot when, especially if you're like punching or kicking, you can just like feel that energy within your body and just like even yell when you like kick. Uh, you really want to tap into that energy, And I've done that before. Like I've taken Taekwondo in the past, and it's like with every kick you yell, you like let go of some sort of like if you want, anger or frustration. So I think that's the opportunity for any person. It depends on their intention. If it's just to learn something new and to have fun, then that's going to be the case. Or it could be like, yeah, I'm going to just like tap into that energy in my body that might be blocked, and I'm just going to release it through the punch and just having that intentional punch, intentional kick, and releasing in that way. It would be a great way to do it that way too.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I never heard you yell in person, whether because of frustration or because of just being energized. But I'm looking forward to hear you actually scream and yell and actually let your energy out. I think it's gonna be kind of scary in a good way. Because a woman yelling while hitting something and showing her feminine energy, but in a yell format. Oh, now that's going to be something interesting. Combined with masculine yelling and feminine yelling, I think we're going to be creating some very interesting noise in the universe, combining both of those energies together.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking forward to see what it's going to
Mm-hmm.
be like. And I have to, by the way, give a big shout out and thank you to Spartan Team Martial Arts. I've been working with them since last September, I would say. I've been helping their local fighter to fight MMA, and I've been teaching boxing for this gym for quite a few months already. Great team. They have a great community there of kids, adults, professionals, parents that are in high stress, and they will benefit a lot from that workshop as well. They already are spreading the word out, so thank you very much, Spartan Team Martial Arts. Looking forward to working in the future projects with you, and looking forward to make big noise because of that specific workshop. Now, Isra, you definitely explained a lot and taught the community today about what are they to expect. Now, are there, before we end this stream, because I feel like we'll be able to use that to promote the hell out of this event, do you have any questions specifically for me about
Mm-hmm.
maybe towards your audience? Maybe they don't have enough experience or knowledge about martial arts training and specifically combining cacao, meditation, and martial arts?
Yeah, I have a question for you. Maybe tell me about yourself, your background. Like, how long have you been in the martial arts world, and how is the class going to look like when they attend that day after the cacao, after introducing the warrior archetype? So those are two very different questions. So we'll start off with you just telling me about yourself and how long have you been in the martial arts world?
Sure. Yeah, so I have actually got introduced to martial arts, more specifically kickboxing MMA, as I was going through my later teens. So 17 years old, moved to a new city, actually a town, it's in the suburbs in near Montreal area. And I felt like I needed to let my energy out as an adolescent, as I was going through puberty, as we all do. And as you know, there are guys who would have been my age, they would have been getting into drinking, partying, going into all of this degenerate stuff. That wasn't really my style. I preferred to have something that I could use in the future and could benefit others as well as they were hanging out around me. And martial arts, self-defense specifically, was something that was like a must for me in the to-do list. And so I was going through martial arts schools near me, 17 years old, trying karate, trying kickboxing, whatnot, until I fell with this one gym right next to me, Pat Node Martial Arts, St. Catherine. So, Sifu Samuel, by the way, I congratulate you for achieving the Sifu status this year. I was so excited when he got this title. I met him, I went into a trial class, and as soon as I stepped foot into that gym, I fell in love with the vibe. People sparring, hitting each other, taking down each other, and then becoming friends right after that, as like a real brotherhood should be. So I signed up the same day, and I never stopped attending classes for full, I would say, 3, 4 years until COVID hit, and then all the gyms closed. But throughout those 3, 4 years, I was able to have 7 fights, 6 in MMA, 1 in kickboxing, and I was able to become an assistant instructor for my Sifu, teaching dozens upon dozens of kids, adults, women, men, people with all types of backgrounds. And this specific experience allowed me to really find purpose in the society. Me wanting to teach people how to defend themselves, overcome stress, sometimes overcome suicide. And by actually encountering COVID, after all the gyms were closing, it allowed me to force myself to get out of my comfort zone and try to apply all the knowledge that my coach, my Sifu, taught me, and which later on made me want to start my own business, Banana Fighter Fit, and which resulted from actually people approaching me in college as I was doing my training sessions solo and wanting to learn from me. They just felt that I had something to teach them, and I gladly decided to teach them. And so I was thinking to myself, why should I wait 10 years, 20 years until I get enough money so I can open a business, open a gym, pay the taxes, then pay for marketing? Why not just do now? Because I have the supply, I have the demand, and the moment is perfect. I have people ready to learn from me on the spot. So I remember it like it was yesterday, November 2022, in college. I launched my first public speaking or speech in front of 70 students at a college lecture. And the teachers were super, super fortunate to allow me to do it. From that first speech, I remember like it was yesterday, I had my first client, which was a female. So my first client for Banana for it was a female, and it was for fitness specifically. So she was a very loyal student until she got her career as a police officer, and she actually was able to pass the fitness test thanks to the fitness instructions that I gave her, which I was super glad for. And now we're at Banana Fighter Fit, 70 plus students that have went through my doors and have benefited from my training, and the journeys just keep moving on, and new things are going to be coming up for Banana Fighter Fit and its students. Now, for those who are expecting to attend the Cacao-Kickboxing ceremony, my kickboxing teaching style is a bit different. Obviously, Israa will help you tap into your calm self, let go of all the problems you have in life, at least temporarily. And by me being able to instruct you how to punch, how to redirect your energy properly into one specific object, one specific person, you're able to discover a version of yourself you've never seen before. Somebody who has a high amount of energy and channeling it into something productive, into fitness, into releasing that energy to feel better after that. So this is the background that I was going and rambling about.
Amazing. Yeah, thanks for introducing that. Yeah. And for the viewers, for later on, if you have any questions about the event, feel free to reach out to either one of us. And if you are interested in attending, this is actually quite the low price. I don't usually make such a low price, but you are interested, it's $25 on April 18th at 2 p.m. It's going to be for like an hour and a half to 2 hours, probably 2 hour event. And yeah, feel free to contact us if you'd like the link, or just check out the link in bio, and we would love to see you there. Yeah.
Yeah, one last thing. We are capped at 40 seats, so there is a capacity
Mhm.
to it. So, guys, we need to cap that because otherwise it's going to be too crowded. We're unable to actually hit something if it's like you're enjoying your class. Yes, I am. Like literally, cool. Capping at 40 seats. The link is in the description for the ticket links. And if you have any other questions, like I said, about either kickboxing, reach out to me. If you have any questions about the cacao ceremony specifically, what does the event entails, I prefer you reach out to Israa because she is the expert when it comes to that specifics. Other than that, we're going to be launching it April 18th. We're both super excited to host you and make this event happen at 2 p.m. Eastern Time at Spartan Team Martial Arts, the gym. All right, guys. So this is going to be the end of the live. We're going to be reposting it after here on IG so you can review it and re-listen to all the information. We're also going to be posting it on YouTube for the broader audience. But other than that, this is going to be concluding our live. Thank you very much for attending. And Israa, thank you very much for your time. Looking forward to see you again April 18th.
All right. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.